gonna get y'all singing towards there. Up next, we have Mary Claire Maynard, founder and CEO of Cluey Consumer. Mary Claire and her team are working to empower consumers to make a greater impact through their everyday purchases. The saying goes that every dollar spent is a vote on the type of world you want to live in. Cluey is helping consumers to navigate their choices and ensure their purchases are more in line with their values.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary Claire, founder of Cluey, and we are empowering consumers with information to make a greater impact through their everyday purchases. We're currently on the verge of the largest transfer of wealth ever to occur in our lifetimes. Passing from baby boomers to younger generations like millennials and Gen Z, it's time that we start paying closer attention to how these younger generations spend their money. While previously, a consumer's main two concerns were centered on cost and function, the new age consumer today still cares about those items, but has an entirely additional set of considerations that they're looking at. Consumers today see the brands they buy as being an extension of themselves and what they stand for. How do I know this? Well, over the past 9 years through my work, I've had the opportunity to observe some of these trends, and I finally decided that I was going to do something about that. I wanted to empower consumers like myself who wanted to better align their purchases with their values. And I'm not alone. 83% of millennials want brands to align with their values. 78% of total consumers want to exert their power on brands to solve society's problems. And 2021 was the biggest year yet for consumers looking to spend their money with socially responsible companies. But how would a conscious consumer like myself go about finding this information currently? Well, we spoke to some consumers, and the best current solution out there right now is Googling it, social media, which we know is never wrong, and even trying to decipher a company's annual reports. That's hours of inefficient and inaccurate attempts by consumers trying to do their own research. The information for the everyday person is simply inaccessible, and that's why we built Cluey. We saw this huge gap as a massive opportunity to revolutionize the way that the new age consumer shops. With Cluey, you can not only search thousands of brands and learn about their impacts, but you can also find alternative brands that are better aligned with what you care about. But why don't I show you how it works? Let's look at one of our Cluey consumers, Taylor. When Taylor enters her email information into Cluey, she's then prompted to select a few of the brands that she currently buys. She then answers a few questions about herself, what issues she cares most about, her political leanings, and a few other things to help us get a better picture of who Taylor is. We then show Taylor an impact snapshot of the brands that she selected, and these brands' impacts on people, the planet, and politics, as well as a few other insights. Now, these impacts are aggregated from the best-in-class third-party sources that are out there today. We've done the hard work, so Taylor doesn't have to. And as Taylor moves on with her life, Cluey will keep in touch, sending her emails like this one, where we tell her brands to try, as well as brands to avoid, based specifically on what she told us she cares about. Now, we're just getting started, but people are loving it. We were able to raise a little bit of funding, led by a venture capital fund right here in New Orleans, and we put that money to work. We launched our MVP in November. We're currently at 1,100 brands in our database, and we're growing that to 4,000 by the end of April. And y'all, it's working. 50% of our early adopters changed a product in their home to a different product because of the information they learned through Cluey. I'm just gonna say that again so it sinks in. 50% of surveyed Cluey users changed their consumer behavior because of Cluey. And we've grown our total universe of, or as we like to call it, the Clueyverse, of social media followers, email subscribers, and product users to 4,600 people and counting. Now, who is the Cluey consumer? Well, in this market in the US, there's about 83 million digital consumers under the age of 44. And within that market, we see our target users as skewing female, under 34, and being highly motivated by environmental, social, and political issues. And these users are critical to how we monetize. We are a pre-revenue company, but we plan to monetize in 2 ways. The first of which is through affiliate partnerships. To explain that, I'm gonna go back to Taylor for a second. Taylor's now a dedicated Cluey user turning to Cluey anytime that she needs to shop and make a purchase that she wants to make sure is in line with her values. She needs a new winter coat. She goes onto Cluey, finds a great brand called Cotopaxi, goes onto their site and finds the perfect coat for $200. Cluey then inserts itself into that transaction through affiliate partnerships. And on average, these affiliate commission rates are around 10%. So in this instance, that's $20 of revenue for Taylor. We can also provide her with exclusive discounts to make conscious shopping more affordable and more accessible. So that's a win for Taylor, a win for the brand, and a win for Cluey. The second way we plan to monetize is by leveraging our incredibly valuable consumer data set and turning it into tools like market insights dashboards and programmatic advertising platforms. So brands like Cotopaxi can use that to identify and locate more consumers like Taylor. So you can see how this creates a flywheel network effect, and of course that's a popular word today, but I'm going to use it again. This flywheel network effect of our business model ultimately hinges on our users and growing our user base. The more users we have, the more valuable our data becomes. The more valuable data we have, the better we can make recommendations and sophisticated product offerings. And we see that network flywheel effect when it kicks in as being a huge opportunity. Particularly because of the high intent purchase rate of our users, we see this projecting out at capitalizing on one given year alone, an average of $20 of revenue per user. And when you add on those additional data products, we see our revenue potential doubling. And what's really exciting is that we've already tried and tested our successful digital marketing strategy. We've created these fun BuzzFeed style quizzes that are currently converting users at just 50 cents an ad. And when you look across our competitive landscape, Cluey really stands out as the one-stop solution in this space. Some competitors just rate fashion brands or just provide political impacts. We do it all because we know that no two Cluey consumers are alike in terms of what they buy or what they care about. And we couldn't do this without the rock star team that's behind me, from Jess and Bandar, who are here today, who cut their teeth in the world of high-growth startups, to our seasoned data advisor, Sam Werpel, who has led data and analytics functions at big names like Huffington Post and Edelman Research. We're excited for Cluey to continue to put New Orleans on the map with big ideas. And I'd like to invite everyone in the audience here today to join the Clueyverse. You can scan the code on the screen and you can start your Cluey consumer journey. Thank you so much. I look forward to answering your questions.